don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but if you had to, though. We set the scene, we have a choice. We must decide on the correct answer. I'm Kyle.
And I am Nathan.
And this is If You Had To, though. This is If You Had To, though, Nathan.
Is it? Is it really?
It is that show that we do bi-weekly.
I've dreamed of doing that show that I've been doing bi-weekly by weeks.
Exactly. It's come round yet again.
It's come round full circle.
It has come full circle. Quite literally full circle.
Oh, you mean as in it's been a year? Is that what you mean by literally full circle?
It is. Yeah, it's been over a year. We had our year-long celebration, and now we're sort of
our one tennial.
Yeah, and now we're sort of petering we're like a month.
We're striding triumphantly into
striding into the second year of the podcast.
Yeah.
We're riding forth on horses made of steel into the second year of the podcast.
Okay, we need like a proper badass rock ballad playing in the background.
Oh, definitely. It's like what's that Bon Jovi song about a steel horse? Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive. I was thinking of Dead or Alive. I can't remember a steel horse.
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride.
I'm pretty sure it's talking about a motorbike, not an actual steel horse.
No, Nathan. I 100%. I need to cut in here and say no. The first fact for the episode.
You need to slap me down.
Yeah, slap you in the face, bull gag your mouth. No, Nathan.
I beg your pardon.
Bon Jovi is singing about a literal steel horse in that
His
song.
robot horse that everyone knows Bon Jovi has.
Yeah, Bon Jovi has a robot horse.
That's the first fact for this episode.
Very first fact. So anyway, the premise of this show is that we create scenarios for each other, resulting in two possible outcomes. We'll discuss each outcome's pros and cons and decide definitively on the correct answer.
Absolutely. Definitive, correct, precise truth, like the fact that Bon Jovi has a robot horse.
Bon Jovi has a robot horse. And if we say it enough times, it will stick in people's heads.
Wouldn't it be amazing if on like a celebrity news magazine tomorrow we saw
in the news you go
learn the secrets of Bon Jovi's robot horse.
You pop into the news agents and you pick up the newspaper and that's the very front photograph.
Yes, like we all do. We all daily pop into the news agents and pick up our newspapers.
Our daily.
That's a timely reference that everyone can get.
All right, when the 12-year-old spotty paperboy launches the newspaper at your front door.
Extra!
Oh, you mean when the little kid in the cap with the dirt on his nose is giving them out in the street?
He's a spotty-faced kid with a cap with dirt on his nose.
Yeah, he's like from
Mr. Nathan, sir, have you seen the paper?
And if you've got enough money, you can actually buy that child, because that's fine too. We're in that era.
Yes.
So anyway, apart from
we endorse buying children on this podcast. Owning human beings is definitely a good idea.
It is, especially if you've got dirty chimneys and you need them swept.
Exactly. Stick them on the end of a broom.
Yeah.
Smaller the better, because then you can actually lift the broom. So, you should start with babies.
Yeah, and when they get too big, you just chuck them out and buy a new one.
Yeah, like, at, Christmas, you want a brand new shiny baby, throw one in the bin.
Exactly. Every Christmas, you buy a new baby. Go to the street corner where the guy's ringing the bell saying boy for sale, and you pick up a new...
this year's visit from the Krampus is going to be interesting.
It will be indeed. I hope you've prepared yourself. Anyway,
I don't think you can prepare yourself for this.
No. Anyway, we all know that Nathan, everyone knows Nathan.
Oh, that's the name of my my sitcom.
Everyone knows Nathan.
Not everyone loves or everyone hates, just everyone knows me. Everyone's aware of me. Oh, look at this is the entire premise of the episode. Just me walking around going, "Hi, Nathan. Hello." That's it. That's the entire show.
Just you on your daily commute.
No, actually, the show is a bunch of scenes of different characters living their lives, and then every now and then I'll walk in the background and just wave and say hello.
Everybody knows Nathan. So anyway, back to this drama. There's like a full-on drama going on, and every now and then you'll pop up and say, "Hi, how's everything going?" "Yeah, not now, Nathan." And then it would just carry on. It'd be wonderful. But no, Nathan, you know all about Bon Jovi's Metal Horse because you are a nerd. Everyone knows this.
Excuse me?
You're a nerd, Nathan. You're a loser. You're a freak. You're a geek.
I'm going to beat you to death with these D&D dice I just bought.
You couldn't even raise a fist to me, Nathan, because you are that weak.
That's why I'm going to beat you with a bag full of dice. I can't use my fist. I don't know how to use my fist.
You don't. You're pathetic. You're small. You're weedy.
Hold on. I definitely dispute the small fact.
But you're a massive nerd, and you love to take photographs, don't you, Nathan?
I do. I did not want that to sound so creepy. But yes, Kyle, I do.
And if anyone at home wants their photo taken, I do nudes.
Oh, they don't need to worry about that. Whenever anyone has ever been naked, I have always been hiding in the room taking a picture.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the room.
I'm a master of disguise. I disguise myself as a cupboard.
that lamp in the corner has a very Nathanish quality to it.
Oh dear. I don't remember us buying that human-sized lamp. Oh yeah, it was going for sale.
Very cheap. No, I was assuming that you meant you were hiding in the bushes taking these photos through the windows, like the open curtains. But no, you're actually in these people's houses.
I could be in the house, I could be in the bushes, I could be hiding in a lamppost.
He could be sitting right behind you as you're listening to this podcast right now, viewer, breathing down your neck. So anyway, this creepy Nathan guy, he was...
How dare you? I'm a welcome presence in everyone's home. like a friendly bacteria.
So anyway, you decided to go on this... Well, you didn't decide. You were forced to go on this field trip by your school because you're still in high school, apparently.
This is an unfortunate turn of events. I've missed out on the last couple of decades of school. I'm really in trouble now.
So you were forced to go on this field trip to this this science lab.
See, yes, a lab where they do science.
Yeah,
and the study of science in the field of science.
Well, this science lab was specialised in genetically mutated spiders, and you wanted to take some photos for the school paper.
Of course, I did.
Shut up! I haven't been watching any films recently, and
I've got to save up money to help my aunt out.
Yeah. Oh, did we mention that Nathan lives with his singular aunt and no one else?
Exactly.
Your poor uncle died recently. Anyway, so yeah, you go into this lab and you're snooping around, taking photos of these spiders, and you know all about these spiders as well.
Okay, now you make that sound creepy as well. I'm snooping around taking pictures of spiders. I'm walking up to a spider going, yes, you're a wolf, you're a lion, you're wild, you're dangerous.
Well, because these are mutated, they can speak and they're like, no, I'm a spider. They all sound like Alan Rickman for some reason. When these two escaped spiders suddenly fall onto your shoulders.
Okay, one on each shoulder.
Exactly.
And I was wearing my wife beater V-neck, so my shoulders are bare.
Your shoulders are bare as the baby's bottom.
And as smelly.
And definitely as smelly. And you know from all of your nerdiness what these two spiders are capable of. They're like incredibly genetically mutated to do these specific things. And you've only got time to swat one of them away or kill one of them, depending on your preference. If both of them bite you, you will die instantly, obviously. So you can't let that happen.
Obviously, that's just science.
That is science.
I should know, being in the science lab.
So you've got to knock one of these away, but you know from all of your research that one of these spiders, it will give you like superhuman abilities. And the superhuman ability is that you could tell a lie to absolutely anyone with the most immense precision possible, and they would probably, like 99% of the time, believe whatever you say.
Oh, it would give me radioactive lying powers.
Exactly.
The proportional lying ability of a politician.
Exactly.
Are you sure a politician didn't fall from the ceiling and bite me in the shoulder? Radioactive politician.
You would be a politician with a 99% approval rating, though, because they would believe almost everything you say. But then there's this spider on your other shoulder, and you know from all of your research that this spider...
All my nerdy, bookwormy research.
Yeah. The other spider will allow you to know with 99% accuracy any time anyone lies to you ever.
So I have like a call your bluff ability.
Basically, yeah. So like someone could try and lie to you and you would instantly know, no, you're lying.
Almost all the time I could tell. Like they'd have to be a really good liar to get past my lying senses.
They would, and even then you'd probably figure it out.
Yes. Ooh. So one spider could give me the ability to lie about anything.
Yes.
And my lies, I would have like a supernatural ability to fill my lies with details I couldn't possibly know. Like if I said, oh, I went to the moon, and they were like, oh, well, what does the moon look like? I could give them an exact, precise, well-explained, detailed analysis.
I mean, sort of. I mean, all you really need to say is, I've been to the moon. And they'll be like, wow, you've been to the moon. They would just believe it. Because
if they asked me to back it up, I'd be so good at the swagger and like the talk that I'd be able to like just, without blinking, without hesitating, explain and just bullshit my way through.
Yeah, you don't have a clue at all.
Anyone that doubts for a second, I would then back it up with bullshit, and then they would eventually concede.
Yeah.
Like, I guess he can't possibly know all those details if he's lying.
He couldn't possibly have made up all of that. Like you would know instantly. Like you wouldn't have a clue what you're talking about, but you would say it with such conviction that everyone would believe every word coming out of your mouth. You'd be telling them
definitely custard.
Yeah. You would be telling them, I've been up there on that moon. I've ridden Bon Jovi's metal horse.
And I discovered custard. That's where I found custard. Custard is from the moon, everyone.
And everyone would believe it. Then you could sell moon custard.
Because that's definitely true, Carl. Custard is from the moon. It's just that the people don't want you to know. It's all a conspiracy, man. They're trying to keep the truth from us.
That custard comes from the moon.
Yes. When they went into the moon and they found the custard.
That's why they keep mining on the moon, isn't it?
Exactly. They're mining for custard.
Yeah.
I've somehow turned into Wallace, except now I think the moon is made of custard rather than cheese. No, the moon is like a giant custard cream. Right in the centre is a bunch of custard. The outside of it is all biscuit.
Nice. But wouldn't it get soggy when it rains?
It doesn't rain in space.
Doesn't rain on the moon?
No.
That's where you're wrong, Nathan. It rains lemonade. It rains lemonade. Pink lemonade.
Yeah, of course. I forgot. Pink lemonade, absolutely. It rains multicoloured, ultraviolet lemonade.
Exactly.
So yeah, one would give me that ability to lie with complete confidence and so much detail that pretty much 99% of people would believe me.
Yeah.
The other would give me the ability to know when someone is lying, like a sixth sense that would tell me, that would buzz in my head when someone is lying to me.
Yeah. So when someone says, "Oh, you look good today, Nathan," you would know instantly they were telling a lie.
So all the little white lies people tell me, you look good, Nathan. No, not annoying, Nathan. No, you don't smell. No, your bum doesn't look big in that, Nathan. I would just be bombarded and battered with the truth.
Yeah, no one could spare your feelings.
Oh, that doesn't initially sound good. What are the benefits of being able to know whenever someone is lying to me? Again, I would know whenever politicians are lying. But then I think I already possessed that sense. It's called just watching television.
It's called listening.
It's just listening to the news. You know they're lying. But I would now know for certain. Like,
Yeah.
I would know which words were lies and which weren't.
Yeah.
How much percentage of truth is in there? I guess I would. How could I use that to my advantage? I'm just trying to think. Like, I could ask someone where they hide their money, and then but then why would they even tell me? Why would they even lie about that? They just go, "It's none of your business." Like,
why are you asking me? Get out of this place.
I've got a situation where I can be like, "Oh, what's your PIN number?" And like they lie, but somehow but then no, I don't magically know the truth. I just know that they're lying about what their numbers is. So I'd still have to randomly guess other numbers. I've just can rule out one set of numbers. I'm hard pressed to think of a benefit to this ability, Carl, other than knowing when people are telling me are trying to spare my feelings and they fail.
Have you seen the TV show Would I Lie to You?
I have seen it. I would be very good at that show.
You would be amazing at that show. Yeah.
Okay, that's one plus.
There's one plus. Another plus.
I guess at the end of a job interview, I'd be able to ask, "Are you going to give me the job?" And I'd know like immediately, rather than have to wait a week or two.
You would. If you were trying to buy a flat, you would say, "Does this place have mold?" If they say, "No, it does not have mold," you would know if they're telling the truth or not.
Is this place cursed?
Yeah. Is this place haunted by a ghost? Is this...
I've just realised the reversal. With my ability to lie with absolute conviction,
yeah,
I could be flat hunting, and like I could then go, "Oh, but I read on the internet the other day, this place is cursed. A terrible, terrible curse upon anyone who owns this flat." And if they don't sell it at the cheapest possible price, they and all their family will be doomed for all eternity.
Oh my God, kid! You've got to buy this house from me now. I'll sell it to you for $5.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can afford. Why am I buying from an American?
from the 50s as well.
I don't know. It's a bit out of my price range.
Okay, take it from my hands. Take it for free.
Free? That's a bit out of my price range as well.
What if I pay you to live in this house? I'll give you anything. Take my wife. Take her.
Can I see a picture first?
He doesn't have a wife. If you would have known that if you had the other ability.
Ah, damn it! You're right. That's the benefit. When someone offers to give me their wife, I'll know if they're lying about having a wife.
Is this house worth it? Yes, it is. You know he's lying. No, it isn't.
I guess it would be useful in chatting up women at a bar. I could walk up to them and go, "Do I have a chance?" And they could then honestly tell me the truth.
Yes, that would be good. That would save you a lot of time and energy.
It would save me a lot of time. It would also add to my existential pain. Again, I'm like, "Do I have a chance?" "No." "Why?" "You're ugly." Like, they can't lie to me.
Okay, we've got to think of some downsides to being able to lie very effectively. Because I think
of many, because it's not like I'm incapable of telling the truth.
No,
I can still tell the truth. It just means, I guess, the downside would be if I underestimated it. Like if I just got cocky and started lying about things like I'm the world's greatest lover, or like
that would soon be proven very, very wrong.
No, they'd still believe me, but they'd be like, "Oh God, that's the greatest lover? It's really disappointing. There's nowhere to go but down from here." So one way that being able to lie and everyone believing me could be bad is if I bit off more than I could chew.
Yeah. If
I made a lie so extreme and ridiculous without even thinking of the consequences. Like if I sarcasm or like jokes. If I said something along the lines of I'm the world's greatest criminal, and
you would be arrested.
Want to take over. yeah, I want to take over the world, so he'd immediately call the FBI or something.
Exactly. Like, yeah, just you could not be sarcastic anymore. And we live in the UK where sarcasm is king.
I know.
Hmm. The other thing is, what if you actually did decide to take over the world with your newfound power? What if you became too power hungry from having this power? You were,
That doesn't sound like a downside to me. That sounds like a downside for the rest of the world, Carl.
I don't know. You would corrupt yourself, and I don't know if you could live with yourself.
Have you been listening? Have you been paying attention to this podcast? How much more corrupt can I get?
Okay, there's no downside there then.
You've gone too far now, Nathan. Remember the sweet, innocent man that you are.
Sweet, innocent, puppy murdering, orphan killing.
While I'm holding a puppy with a knife to its throat.
So yeah, I think sarcasm would be your biggest con.
That would be my biggest flaw. Whereas the ability to tell whenever someone is lying would come in useful because I would know. I don't know how to end that sentence. It would come in useful because it's weird. It sounds like it would be useful, but now that I'm trying to think of actual useful applications, I'm really struggling
to know when someone's lying. It would be good. It would be good if you were, say, a cop and you were trying to find out who did the murder.
Yeah, exactly. In my life, like if I was a detective or if I was an insurance salesman or investigator or something like that.
Yeah.
Knowing when someone's lying would be really useful.
Yeah.
Being me, I can't think of many real-world applications for that skill.
I'm sure there must be. I'm sure we're just too dumb to think of them.
We're just not being... Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I've been given amazing superpowers. I'm just too dumb to know how to use them properly. Like the lying ability, I'm sure there is probably a way that you could easily take over the world.
Yeah.
But the only thing that my stupid brain can come up with is I literally walk into number 10 and say, I'm the Prime Minister. And he goes, oh, really?
I was under the impression that I was the Prime Minister, but clearly you've just told me that you are.
No,
so
I walk into Buckingham Palace holding a sword and say, I just pulled this from the stone outside. I am now king.
That is how it works in the UK, by the way, for all of our American listeners.
Oh, yeah.
If you can pull the sword from the stone, you are king.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, this might date the podcast a bit, but very recently there was the US elections, and that was in the news a lot. UK elections are a little different. Basically, once a year, everyone tries to pull a sword out of a stone.
Yeah. See, when you said you were going to walk into Buckingham Palace, I thought you were going to have a wig on and holding a staff, and you would walk up and say, I am the Queen, and then she would be booted off of the throne.
Get this imposter out of here. Executed at once. How dare she impersonate me, the Queen?
Clearly you are the true heir to the throne.
So then someone really close to me, like a family member would call me by my name, and I'd be like, oh, you're talking to me, the Queen.
I mean, you sound nothing like my mother, but you've said that you are the Queen, so who am I to disagree?
Yes, I clearly remember giving birth to you. Pain in my womanly areas. The pain in his womanly areas was so much.
So there you go. So with
I remember giving birth for the average of 5 minutes, but it took. You told me before it took 5 hours. 5 minutes, 5 hours. What's the difference?
Oh, so there's no difference between 5 minutes and 5 hours. You have completely ruined the world. Like people
again, the ability to that is a lying ability.
Yeah,
I could say anything and people would believe it, which means I'd have to be very careful about what I'd say.
Yeah,
making jokes.
Now people don't know the difference between 5 minutes and 5 hours. They're in a constant state of confusion.
That would destroy the world, Kyle. People would not be going to work on time. People would be missing appointments, turning up 5 hours early or 5 minutes late, or weird combination of the two.
Yeah.
People would say, "Oh, meet me. I'll see you in 5 minutes." Yeah, and then they'd never see each other again because they can't figure out when.
No, they will.
I've destroyed friendships.
You've destroyed friendships, yes, Nathan. By becoming the Queen, you have destroyed all friendships in the world.
It was bound to happen.
So yeah, there are some pros and cons. So you need to.
again, the cons are not to me personally. It's
No.
the world at large, which maybe might affect me eventually, but immediately wouldn't.
Yeah.
And it's really tricky now to think of anything that peaks above walking into Buckingham Palace dressed as the Queen and say, "I'm the Queen." Like now you've presented that as an option to me. That's all I want to do.
So I think you're decided. You're
I have decided. I am now the Queen.
all hail your majesty.
Exactly.
Uh,
I will give you. I did not give you permission to speak in the presence of the Queen. How dare you? Guards, seize him.
I apologise, ma'am.
That's more like it. You can now speak, peasant.
So I think everyone knows you keep and let the spider bite you. That has the power to allow you to lie on command, and everyone believe you.
And everyone knows that would definitely lead to you becoming the Queen.
Yes, definitely. So if you want some corgis, take that spider.
Exactly. This has worked out perfectly.
Yes.
I can't see any downside in me running the country.
If someone would...
Oh, and I've also decided the Queen, again, actually runs the country, not the Prime Minister and the government. I'll then, as the Queen, walk into number 10 and say, "I'm in charge, you do everything I say."
Still dressed as the Queen.
And they will.
Like,
They'll think, "Oh, she's telling the truth."
Exactly. You could have done this whole thing without becoming the Queen at all. You could have just said, "I'm now in charge of the country." But no, you've gone the whole hog.
But then I don't get to dress up as the Queen.
Exactly.
I get to walk around in a wig. The worst disguise ever. Like, I've not put in any effort. It's literally just it's just a grey wig. I've not done any makeup. I've still got my beard.
Would you ride around on the steel horse?
Oh, definitely ride around on the steel horse.
Just that imagery of you dressed as the Queen, holding a staff, riding through the town, through London Square on a steel horse is fantastic.
Yes, I would definitely. I would not be staying in Buckingham Palace. I would be riding around on my steel horse from land to land around the country, righting wrongs, creating wrongs, and then righting those wrongs.
Yes, exactly. So you became the Queen this week, Nathan. What did I get up to again?
I mean, it's of no consequence to me what you got. Your life is insignificant to me, the Queen. I'll get my personal servant, El Nathan, to explain what you've been up to.
Okay.
Yes. Hello. I'm El Nathan.
Are you going to do that for the rest of this episode now?
No. I'm literally taking elocution lessons as we speak. So any moment now, I will know how to speak. I know how to speak.
Fantastic. Because I don't think either of us could have sat through another half an hour of that.
Hey, Kyle,
Yeah.
I know the Queen, so you need to be a bit more polite to me.
Yes, of course, El Nathan.
I've literally just taken the wig off. Whenever I want to not be the Queen, I take the wig off and tell people I'm not the Queen. I just tell people I'm the Queen's personal manservant / best friend.
Bestie.
Exactly.
BFF.
For when I want to seduce the women, like, I don't want to seduce women. I mean, it does sound interesting seducing women while dressed as the Queen.
You just tell them you find me dressed as the Queen incredibly sexy, and they do. They believe you. Like, well, I didn't think I did, but apparently I do.
I guess this is what being attracted to someone feels like.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I thought this is what it felt like to be repulsed by someone. So yeah, I've had a bit of an eventful week, making best friends with the Queen.
Yeah.
You, Kyle, you were working with Doctors Without Borders, traveling the world to where the sickest, most in need people are.
Yes.
Yes.
On
So you can, steal their blood and create a deadly bioweapon that you can hold the world hostage with.
Of course. That's all I dream of doing. Like you want to take over England, I just want to take over the world.
Yeah, you have to outdo me, don't you?
Every week.
I will have my guards. I remember I told my guards to seize you.
Yeah.
They are currently running to your location. They'll be there in the next 45 minutes, and they will execute you on the spot. But anyway, shall we continue the podcast?
Yes.
So I can watch you on this camera and see that you don't move. So yes, you are traveling the world, collecting people's blood, and just collecting the blood of diseased people. And somehow, God knows how, it may have been that time that you got drunk and accidentally drank a bunch of people's blood. It may have been that time when you were juggling a vial full of Ebola virus and the bubonic plague. But somehow you've contracted Mega Godzilla polio.
Again.
You've broken out in hives. Your eyes are so droopy they're falling out of your face. And your nipples have enlarged to the point where you are more nipple than man.
Wow. They're like saucers. Or are we talking dinner plates?
More than dinner plates. You're more nipple than you are man, Kyle. Like, there's basically that your whole body is consumed by a nipple and your head's poking out the top.
Fantastic.
Maybe your arms and legs are poking out as well.
I'm like a child has drawn me.
Yeah, in fact, you're walking down the street. Like, there's a scene with a little child has given his father a drawing. It's like, God, there's a drawing. This perspective is terrible. And like he's like yelling at the boy, people don't look like this. What are you talking about? Then you walk past the street. It's like,
I come whistling down the street.
I'm so sorry. How could I have been so wrong? Yes, this is now your life, Carl. You have you've been to several different doctors, and they have all told you that there is no cure. That you would live the rest of your life as a disgusting freak.
Nippleman,
yes. Kyle Nippleman is now your name.
I'm more Nippleman than Kyle, I think.
You are, yeah. Actually, the Kyle part is it. It's Nippleman Kyle.
Nippleman Kai. You can't even get the full name. I'm that much nipple.
That much nipple. Double the nipple.
Double the nipple, double the fun. That's what I tell girls anyway.
But they don't believe you because, unfortunately, you don't have the lie to anyone and they'll believe anything you say.
I certainly don't.
They still think that you're a disgusting freak and they don't want you anywhere near them.
No.
So it's not worked out well for you, Carl. You're a bit despondent. You've been to multiple hospitals. You travelled the world. You visited shamans and through holy water over yourself. You've tried to get plastic surgery. You've tried a million things, and none of them work. None of them can cure you. None of them can equalize the level of nipple to man ratio that you have fallen into. So you're at your lowest. You're at your darkest time. So you've decided to go to your holy place, Kyle, to seek guidance and enlightenment. The closest Hooters.
Of course. Like, you've got to go somewhere where the most nipples available are. When you're a nippleman,
exactly.
That's all you can think about.
I mean, it's actually, you find it strangely depressing seeing what normal nipples should look like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're topless, Kyle. They just wear tight t-shirts.
They wear very tight t-shirts, and you can see the nipples through the tops.
Oh yes, well, I mean, of course you would know. You're,
I'm a Hooters connoisseur.
Exactly, it's your regular pilgrimage. So you are there, just seeking hope. You're praying while eating a bunch of nachos, while looking up a woman's skirt.
Looking up a woman's skirt. How tiny am I now? Have I become?
No, this woman just happens to be abnormally tall.
Oh, she's incredibly tall. She steps over my table with her very long legs, and I just peer up her skirt.
Yeah, and I'm imagining she's wearing like go-go boots with like wheels in them.
Of course. So she rollerblades over my head.
Rollerblades, roller skates. That's the term that I completely forgot existed. And I mean, now, Carl, they're called rocket boots with wheels in. Like I've told you that, and you know I always tell the truth.
Yeah, so she goes over my head on those rocket boots with wheels in.
Exactly. So you're trying to find peace, and you find a little bit of peace here, but it's still, you can't really get away from the fact that you are now a droopy-eyed nippleman monster.
Yeah.
And you've come here for hope, and then suddenly a light comes through the corner of the window and illuminates onto a table just across from you. And Who do you happen to see there, Kyle? Whom do you happen to see? None other than Dr. Herbert Maddington.
Again?
Well, you say again, but you may recall, Kyle, that in a previous life,
Yeah.
you became a giant muscular behemoth. But then you became so muscular that you destroyed the universe. And this is the rebooted universe.
Yes, of course, yeah. This is timeline number 3.
Or 4 or 5. I think I've lost count at this point. You might have destroyed the universe 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it happens.
It's like when you flick a light switch too many times. You can't tell if the light is on or off. You've destroyed the universe too many times now.
Yeah.
So you haven't technically met this Dr. Herbert Maddington, or at least you have, but he has not met you.
Interesting.
Exactly. But you remember him. You remember his genius and how he definitely made your life better. And you obviously know that this guy knows his stuff. So you go up to him. Obviously, you just appeal to him. Like, I know that you are a genius. I know that you are a brilliant man. I've seeked out all other options. Please, look at me. And he looks at you. He's like, oh, can't you help me? Is there nothing you can do? And he looks at you, tears in his eyes, while he's wearing his, goggle-eyed glasses and his propeller helicopter hat.
Of course, as is traditional.
As is tradition, with a false moustache on top of his real moustache that looks exactly the same. And he looks at you and goes, yes, I think there is. Come with me to my lab.
Okay, and I did. I went right with him to that lab.
Obviously follow.
Yeah,
you do.
Didn't even think about it.
You to his... No. I mean, he has an air of respectability and trust that just gravitates people towards him. So he takes you to his lab in the sewers under a zoo.
Of course. And
he tells you that he tinkers around for a while you sit in the corner just being disgusting. And eventually he comes back and tells you that he has 2 ways that he can cure you.
Fantastic.
It's absolutely fantastic. He gives you 2 options. He can either transplant your brain into a gorilla with the head of an octopus and the legs of a giraffe, or into an octopus with the head of a giraffe and the legs of a gorilla.
Okay.
This is why you seeked out Dr. Herbert Maddington. You know that he thinks outside of the box, man. He's willing to go to areas that other doctors aren't and legally aren't allowed to go.
Did he just have on hand an octopus, a giraffe, and a gorilla, and was like, I can do something with these 3 animals? He
hasn't told you where he procured these animals, but you are under a zoo.
Yeah.
A zoo with an octopus for some reason.
A zoo with a big octopus. He sort of like made these 2 creatures and is like, I can put your brain into one of these.
Yeah, these 2 creatures were actually already there when you walked into the room. They were just in test tubes.
Funny, because I have only just told him my problem, but he's already very, very prepared.
You get the impression that this was something he just had ready.
Yeah, there's a reason he made his lab under a zoo.
There is, yeah, exactly. And there is a definite reason why he created a gorilla, octopus, giraffe hybrid creatures.
Yeah, so so one of them's an octopus body with a giraffe head and gorilla legs.
Yes, and the other one is a gorilla body with the head of an octopus and the legs of a giraffe. So a gorilla's torso and arms, but with giraffe legs and an octopus head.
Start with the head. So we got a giraffe head or an octopus head. Which is better? I would say a giraffe's head is better. You've got the long tongue. You can grab things. You can actually eat leaves, I guess. What does an octopus eat?
You do have the long neck that goes with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does an octopus eat? Just planktons? Or no, they can eat fish, can't they? Small fish.
I think they can. And let's say, for the sake of argument, that you won't immediately suffocate outside of water.
Okay, so I could get like a little tank helmet to put on my head.
Yes, you can get he's actually got ready, because obviously these 2 creatures are in like those biochemical water tanks that scientists keep things in. But he's got a little fishing bowl that he can stick over the octopus's head if you choose that body.
Okay, so that's
And you
good.
can just walk around with a constant stream of water that, once a day you'll buy a big bottle of water, like a 2 litre bottle, and fill it up.
Yeah, I'll just clean it out. I could probably breathe for a little while outside of water, so I could just clean it out,
I think,
refill it, and it's fine. So then the bodies.
Exactly.
So an octopus body or a gorilla body. Now a gorilla body is good because I'd be big and buff and strong. An octopus body.
Big, buff and strong.
An octopus body would be all right, but it would be a bit squidgy. But I would have those tentacles where I would be able to grab things. I'd be able to juggle because I'd have 4 tentacles, so that would be quite useful.
You would,
For my
you would be able to.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
My circus acts would go up by 10.
By 10 exactly.
By 10 exactly, yeah. Tenfold. They would go up tenfold. And then legs. So gorilla legs, obviously great, big, thick, muscular thighs, or giraffe legs, which
and you can grab things with your gorilla legs. You can grip things.
Yes, they're sort of like
you
arms,
really
aren't they?
Grip things like a foot.
I could grip things like a foot. Wow. Or I could have long, slender legs, the legs of a giraffe. I could wear stockings, and they would be very sexy.
With a giraffe legs, you would have 4 legs.
Oh, okay. So I'm sort of like centaurish with the giraffe.
Exactly.
Okay. But with long legs like that, I would be as tall as the girl in Hooters. So maybe she'd go out with me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Legs the same length, so I've got
yes.
I stand a chance.
Actually, she may have met this scientist before you. She may have been, transplanted giraffe legs herself.
She may have. See, I'm thinking. Okay, so I don't. If I had the gorilla legs, the octopus body, and the giraffe head, I think I would be like big old legs and then very small the rest of me, like a very small octopusy body. But obviously I've got the long neck of the giraffe, but I don't think it would be very comfortable. I think I'd be very like falling over a lot. I don't think it would match, but I do like the idea of having the 4 tentacles and the thick legs to be able to grab things with. But if I've got a gorilla's body, then I've got the hands so I can grab things anyway. And I have the bonus,
Exactly.
Bonus of these lovely slender long legs that, as I say, I can wear lovely stockings, net stockings, and just parade around.
Really accessorize and get the full advantage of those long, sexy legs.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of having the octopus head because then I can have that bowl on my head that makes me look kind of futuristic and sci-fi.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could definitely put sunglasses on.
Yes,
under the bowl.
Exactly. And octopuses have beaks, don't they? So I'm sort of like a hybrid of all sorts of things.
Octopi have beaks.
Yeah, as mouths.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
that's why I did not open my genetically modified animal petting zoo.
So I think mainly for the legs and to get with this girl from Hooters, I think I'm going to have to go for giraffe, gorilla, octopus face.
So you're going to be...
I'm going to be tall.
You're going to have the head of an octopus.
Yeah. I'm going to be tall, buff, and have a bowl on my head.
Of course, yes. You want the head of an octopus.
Yeah. With
a gorilla's body.
Yeah.
And the legs of a giraffe.
Exactly. I can't think of anything more beautiful.
I can't imagine anything more beautiful either.
I would have the big, thick, muscular arms, and I would have the long, slender legs, and as I say, a nice bowl on my head, which is just the icing on the cake.
With a big, muscular gorilla body, you've now got impressively big nipples, but they're no longer overpowering.
Exactly. That's fine by me. I like the gorilla nipples, they're fine. Whereas you... have to ride around on your steel horse, I can just ride around because I am technically a sort of horse. I've got the 4 legs. I can canter.
I mean, it's really stretching reality to say that a giraffe is sort of a horse.
I would say that a giraffe is a horse, and I'm going to go on record saying that as fact-free for the episode. A giraffe is a horse.
Okay. Well, now you've said it's fact-free. I mean, that was the other hidden rule of this podcast. Whenever either of us say that's a fact, then it's true.
And that's a factor.
And you've got yourself into a spicy situation.
I have indeed.
I am the queen now.
You are the queen. You are the queen, and I am. What am I? What is my animal name technically now?
There is no name for what you are, Carl.
You are the first. I am a Gyropterilla.
A Gyropterilla. I like
Gyropterilla and the queen. So we've come up with all.
Coming this fall.
So we've picked the perfect answers, and if you disagree with anything we said today, then you can let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the episode, then you can follow and subscribe to the podcast on Patreon at patreon.com/ifyouhadto though. You can follow me on Twitter at Kyle M. Bennett. That's Kyle_M_Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's.
And you can follow me at nwozniakart, that's NWOZNIAKART on Twitter. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Nathan Wozniak, spelled the same way because that's my surname. And you should do it because I'm the queen and I'm demanding that you do it.
The queen demands it.
And the penalty of death.
Yeah, I can't really command anyone to do anything. I can't even speak, I don't think, anymore.
No, you've got that tank on your head filled with water, so you're just going.
Yeah.
Eventually, again, we're using our amazing video editing software to make it sound like you're actually saying words.
Yes, exactly.
But, I'm looking at you right now, going.
It was very difficult to get the laptop position just right so that you could see my face. Because I'm so high up, I need to perch the laptop on a branch in a tree so that you can see me properly.
You've perched the laptop in a tree and you're sticking your head out of that side window in your ceiling.
Yes, exactly. I can't actually fit in my house anymore, which is a shame. But I look great.
It is a shame. You do look absolutely brilliant. I think not being able to fit into your house is a small price to pay to be a Gyropterilla.
Exactly. And you've had to pay no price at all to become the queen.
I have learnt no lessons from this situation, and I never will again because I am the queen.
Yeah.
And everyone has to do what I say. Oh, does this lying ability, will it work on supernatural demons? When the Krampus visits me this Christmas, can I tell him, I've been a very good boy, and he'll believe me?
Oh, well, I guess you must have been then. And then he'll just turn around and walk away.
I can't wait to see if this works perfectly.
Oh, I'm sure it will. So, yeah, I'm going to, I guess, try and build a giant wigwam or something that I can live in. I don't quite know how. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use for shelter now. I'll have to work something out.
That's true. But then the rain's not going to affect you as an octopus.
Oh, yes, wonderful. I would thrive in the rain. I'll work something out.
You will. I have complete faith in you.
Yeah.
You have the full support of your queen.
And I am no longer Nippleman Kai.
You are no longer Nippleman Kai, exactly. It's all gone up from here.
It has indeed. This has been If You Had To, though. I've been Kyle.
And I am the queen.
Fantastic.